Welcome back. This is back half build on a Chevy truck, number who cares anymore, but it's back here. I painted the frame, so we're going to start assembly. Now, let me flip you around. There she is. Get you zoomed out here. It's all painted. I have not done a lot of filming on some of this. You'll see some of it's different. I welded me a big awful resitch in here. And bed mounts. I got one bed mounts done, all that. I quit filming on some of this just because it got too much for me. I needed to concentrate on what I was doing to get this done. So I just quit filming to get it done. So here it is. I was going to run brake lines tonight, but I forgot my brake line tubing cutter. So I have to go to work and get it tomorrow. But tonight I'm going to try to run wires. I'm going to do anything and everything else I can. I can get my drive shaft in, shocks on, all that stuff. So I'm going to get the camera set up and get to work. Got me a new rubber line for the rear here, since I'm going to be changing a lot of stuff on here. And I may even go this way again somehow. Maybe I could do it something like this. We'll see. Something like that, maybe. I may even go up this way this time. I have to put my bag in there and see what it looks like. Still got to get some of this other parts painted. It's been probably a couple weeks since I've even been here. Had too much other stuff going on. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. All right. Should work fine there. Find my bolts for my shocks. I can put them on. We'll figure something else out there. We'll do the drive shaft later. I'm thinking I'm going to reuse my factory brake bracket. Say that 3 times fast. Maybe this thing in here, something like this. It's out of the way. It looks pretty good. I think that will work. I just got to make sure that I'm not putting this where a bed rail goes. I'm going to go measure that real quick. Nope, we're in good shape. It sets right here dead center, so we're okay there. So, find me some drill bits and drill us. If I could remember where I put stuff, I would actually get stuff accomplished. Now, since this frame is 3/16 thick, I'm going to drill and tap it. And then all I gotta do is run I got a 1/4 20 tap. So I'm just gonna run some 1/4 20 bolts right straight into here so I don't have to worry about welding nothing or using riv nuts or anything like that. Which riv nuts are pretty cool too. But this works. And I got the specific bit for the 1/4 20 tap. Desperate times call for desperate measures here. Here's a close-up here. You can see the threads cutting there nicely. Blow some of that crap off there. There he goes. Now I just run my 1/4 20 bolts in there and we got our bracket mounted. Alright, now we can clean it and paint it. If I got paint. I don't know if I do or not. Another thing I forgot to get. Alright, let's see if I can't grab this wiring harness here. Also got a bunch of these rubber insert clamps for fuel lines, brake lines, wiring harnesses, whatever. They are very, very nice. So whenever I built my bagged Toyota back in my mini truck days, I used these on everything, made it look real nice and clean. And if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch that one of the picture slideshow of me building it. I don't know if these are the right size. I'm going to put the big ones. Those can be made to work. Of course, now they'll never go back in there. Figures. And this is going to be too big. Nope, perfect. Alright. There's one. That brake line needs to run through here too. Do it at the center and put one on top, one on the bottom. I'll have to take these off about 12 times because whenever I start running all my wiring for my air ride, I'll have to run it all through this harness. Anyways, I'll make another harness and run with it. Get something to tighten that up with. When all else fails, get a longer bolt. That'll work for now. Then whenever I run my brake line, as crappy as it looks right now, I'm going to run it right down and go right underneath it here with another clamp to hold it. Then I'll bend it up to go up on top to follow the harness too. Then we'll go up that way and do all that. Alright, now I think it's time to put the gas tank in. Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with my e-brake cables. I didn't put a bracket on for them. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. But I got the little power box that powers up the tail lights and all that stuff. I don't think it says, no, it's just got colors. Gray, blue, black, brown. But the main one's blue, I believe, that comes from the front. And then it powers up everything else in the back. The tail lights and the, I think the hitch has its own power source. But I made me a little bracket here. Just a little piece of flat stock welded at an angle and a stud on there. Just slide it in, just like factory. It's got so much paint on the threads I can't get its nut started. There it goes. Cool. That's pretty good. Alright, so now this will put in here. Something like that. I might have a clip somewhere else. I still couldn't find it. Okay. I need to paint these things. I'm out of black paint, so that may just go some other color. Hey, I got some silver. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get the gas tank positioned while the straps are drying. Nope, I was gonna put that bolt in. My gosh, I get sidetracked. I don't know if I got lock nuts this big. This grows longer for tomorrow. I don't have any lock washers. I need new bolts for back here. Shoo! Well, my predicament was, I didn't explain that, I got to tighten up that bolt before I put the gas tank in, because the bolt goes through behind where the gas tank is. So it goes through the frame. So I got to be able to hold this end of the bolt so it doesn't spin, so I can tighten it up out here. So I'll just wait and do that tomorrow too. With the brake lines, with the all the other fun stuff. Now, see what else I can do. Alright, I am back. Day 2 is now Saturday morning. I'm going to try to get the gas tank in now. Went to town this morning, got everything that I think that I need. I'm sure I'll still be missing something. But got everything to where I think I can put the gas tank in permanently now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. First, I'm going to clean it off before I put it in. Clean it off a little while it's out. So I'm going to do that right now. That didn't work at all. I thought that might be a problem. Yep, sure is. There it goes. It'll still work. Yay! I've accomplished something. Cool. Gas tank's in. Now we'll move on to whatever else I can try to get done. Guess we'll mess with the wiring harness. This can be plugged back in. Don't have my screwdriver. This one off. This one off. Okay, we're going to run this right through here. We'll run the brake line right on top of it. Actually, this one fit underneath there. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. That'll work there. We'll run this right through here. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll put one clamp on it. Somewhere right here. Right there. Okay. Okay. Now let's see. We will. That's okay right there. That'll work. Just like that. Buy me a clip somewhere. Alright, this will work. We'll just keep going down through here. This one we'll put across there. Alright, what I was doing was holding my regulator up for my air horn. Because I couldn't remember where I had it. I think it was going to go about here. So then this can go right like this. Oh yeah, plenty of room. Plenty of room. Good deal. And this will just go right around the bottom. Go ahead and plug it in. I think it went right here. And this one went right here. Something just like that. All right. Need that right now. There's one here and there's one here. And there's a big ground. The ground could be put, is that a bed ground or a body ground? That's a frame ground. Okay, this one I wish could fit right here. And it can. Cool. Just put that down there underneath of that. I'm just putting this ground back here on this other stuff I've already got mounted. It should be just fine. So that's where it's going. There's ground. There's one there. It'll hold that like that. Get some slop there. Let's put another one. Yeah, that'd be fine. Put another one right here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and tap all these. All right. And a lot of this would be a lot easier if I had an Allen head or a Torx head, because once it gets down around that rubber, it's hard to get a socket on it to tighten it up or loosen it up. But most of these are going to be permanent anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I will have to take some of them back off to run my wiring harness through it, not for my air ride, but we can figure something else out then. Let's go ahead and mount this. Figure out where it's going to go. Now I turned this thing upside down because it's got a gauge in it. I had it on my Toyota when it was bagged and everything, and I had it set like 120 pounds, I think is what it was. Actually, maybe about 80. I think that's what it looks like. It's about 80. That's when the horns sound the best. I don't know what it's going to be set out this time, so I'm going to flip it upside down. So all I got to do is crawl under the bed and twist it to adjust whatever I need to. grass sucks. It's only a 1/4 bolt. They will break quickly. So you know what? That one bolt's gonna hold it, because I ain't fixing that. It's just gonna be how it's gonna be. And I think it'd be just fine. Alright, that wire harness fits good there. Alright, we're gonna put one of those on the bottom. Alright, we'll come around here to the back. Now I do have a backup camera. I actually got one in the third brake light. And I've got one that I had on the bumper. But I don't know for sure where I'm going to put it on this one. I may put it here. Or I may wait and put it on the bottom of the bed somewhere. I'll just leave it here because that's going to be the general area it's going to go. Then I think the rest of the wiring harness here, we're just going to tuck up for now because it may have to be modified somehow. We'll just push it up here. We may just zip tie it all underneath the bed here. Yeah, we'll figure that out then. Okay. I guess now I'm probably going to get my brake lines figured out, and then I'll turn this back on. You can see me run all them because it's going to take a minute to figure out how I'm going to run it. All right, it didn't take near as long as I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be complicated, but it turned out it wasn't. So now I'm going to get this halfway figured out where I want to cut it. I guess we're going to go right here. Then I brought home our nice flaring tool we have at work that makes this so much easier. And on the end of this, it's where this thing cuts it, it rolls it in. And most of these cutters have this come out of it. You stick that in the end of that and twist it around. And this being copper, it's pretty easy. Then let me get it out so I can show you. Then it cleans the hole out to where, and I'll show you in a second, we put that flaring tool on there, and then the flaring tool goes inside of that line. It makes it a lot easier. A whole lot easier to mess with. The biggest thing to remember is to make sure you put these fittings on before you flare it. Because you will flare the prettiest line that you've ever done in your life, but those won't be on there. I've done it many times. But this is a hydraulic flaring tool. I think it's a Blue Point Snap-on. Snap-on's lower brand, I guess you can say. But you got these little pieces here that clamp on the outside of the line. You gotta get them in just right. It's hard to see it in there, but you got to get it almost flush with the end there, or if you don't, it almost balls up the end of it and kind of flares it twice, and it doesn't seal right. Then this is the piece that slides inside the line, and it's got the flare inside the groove, this is a 45-degree inverted flare, which it says it right on it. But you stick that in there. Then you screw this down, lock this down, then you use the hydraulic part and make sure it doesn't push your line out of the end. Then you pump it till it stops. Take the pressure off, move this off, and the flare looks good. Then you take a regular cone flare. This will actually put the little divot in the inside. Here, let me see if I can get you. As there's the start of the flare. Then this cone goes in here. And you ease it in. You don't give it much. You just want it to barely hit it there. Then there, if I can get it to focus, is a 45-degree flared fitting. Flared line, excuse me. Then the fitting comes right up against it. Comes right up against it right there. And that'll be a good, hopefully, tight fit. Then we'll just repeat on the other side. Alright, here's the brake lines run. And I got them in a nice little clamp there. It's clamped there. Runs down underneath the cab. Comes down through there. Then ties into the old line there with another clamp right there. So that should be sufficient for that line. Then now, probably won't be today, but the next project will be getting these run to the wheels, which I don't even know if the lines that are on it will even come off of the calipers, so that'll be the next chore to see if I can't get done. Alright, I'm back again. Got the rear brake lines on the axle hooked up. I had to do that this morning. Mondays is my day off, and one of my days off. And I forgot that everybody else has to work on Monday, so I had to take the brake flaring tool back to work before somebody needed it. So I did that quickly this morning, then went to town, done a little running, forgot everything like usual. So I'll probably have to go back here in a few minutes. Got the gas tank plumbed in. It's fired it up just a minute ago. I got to get the exhaust put back on. It's a little loud for my take. Yes, I'm getting old. It's too loud. At least for my truck it is. For the 55 old hot rods it sounds good, but for this I don't care much for it. Anyways, what I was saying, I will not have the air ride hooked up this go around because I'm having problems sealing that air tank. It was Air Pig that you put air in it to go air up a tire somewhere else. And it said not to 120 pounds max, which this system's probably going to run about 170 roughly. And it may not be able to run that high because I can't get it to, every time I weld it, the welds crack or the tank cracks. So I started JB welding everything to see if I can seal it. First go around didn't seal it, so I'm gonna try it one more time. And if it doesn't seal this time, I'm gonna scratch it and or scrap it and do something different. I'm gonna have to break down and buy a tank. I didn't want to spend the money on one, but I probably gonna have to. I've got a 10-gallon tank, but it's too big to fit on here. I'd like to have something smaller. But we'll just see what we get into, because I don't know, I might have to do something different. But I like to get this thing as close to being mobile today as possible. I got the a pressure bleeder from work, because it doesn't get used very often. And it usually works good on this truck. But I'm gonna try to get it on here in a minute, pop the rear wheels off and see if I can't bleed this thing, see if I can't get some brakes on it. And then maybe I'll get the bed put on it and maybe have it done where I can use it again. But we will see. Sometimes on stuff like this, it's better just to take your bleeders off. That one's just completely gommed up with stuff. Just blow a little air through it. Usually works out good that way. Cleans it out. I can find the hole here. Wow, it's completely blocked too, I guess. I'll have to blow it this way. Helps if I turn the air on. Wow. This one's pretty bad. Then when it's this bad, drill bit, probably gonna be the best answer here. Look at that. It's so gummed up with stuff. Still can't see through it. See through it now. I can see the little light in there. So that one's good. I have to pop the other side out and do the same thing. This thing's got all these attachments. You take your lid and find the one that fits. I'm pretty sure this is for this one. And it is. Then the pressure bleeder. It's got some in it already, so we're just going to go ahead and pump it up. Alright. Now, it's on there, it's on the cap, it's got the reservoir full. Go back here, hopefully we don't have any leaks at the moment. And there's the pressure. It'll do that until it's all fluid comes out. And if nobody's ever messed with brakes on these Silverados, they are an absolute pain. The brake lines rot off of them all the time. Trying to get them bled out after it's done is a nightmare. Alright, we'll try something else here. I pushed the rest of the air through. So let's see if I got a decent pedal now. Feels okay. Alright, just got back from my second trip to town. I will not be going back. So now, I got a couple exhaust hangers. So I'm gonna try to get them put on. Tap. Back to the vice grips because I don't have a tool for this one either. Seriously? Huh. Okay. Well, it's gonna set a little lower here. And you'd think I'd learn to not tap a hole this close to something where I can't turn this, but it doesn't seem to work out like that. Very nice. Now we can put the bed on. This is the rear end vent. I think it's supposed to go up here with the, oh, that thing, the gas tank. Yep, and here's the clip for it. Something like this. Need some zip ties. Away. Actually, it's a full droop, so it could go like this. That'll work. It'll work for now. Okay. Woo! Thought I broke my drill. Alright, I'm going to try to get this license plate put up here. This is not the license plate for this truck. But it's just one I use as a template. Or I cut it apart and use it for something else. I got me this LED license plate light. I've had them on a few things and they work really good. So that's what I'm going to run on this. And I'm going to use the factory harness here. The factory harness with the connector, everything. So all I got to do is plug it in. Then just snip my wires, connector in, and hopefully that's it.